Hi, Bill Parliament from RadicalMarketingSolutions.com, and this is episode 13 of the X's and O's of SEO. And today is all about Google Plus and SEO. Now, today is not a tutorial about how to use Google Plus, but rather it's about how I feel Google Plus will affect SEO going into the future and how it will affect websites ranking in the search engines going forward. So what is Google Plus? Google Plus is Google's answer to Facebook. It's a social networking site where you can make connections and share information with other people online. And it's amazing how similar Google Plus is to Facebook, except there are some differences that I really like. First, the interface of Google Plus is much more streamlined, less cluttered, more white space, so it's easier for me to read the information that's going on inside of Google+. Second, Google Plus is based all around circles, meaning as people make connections with you, you can add these people to circles that you name and designate so that when you go to share information, you can only share information with people within those circles, or you can make it public. So for an example, you could create a circle for your family, you could create a circle for, let's say, people in your neighborhood, and you could create a circle for people in your church. So as people connect with you, you can send them into those individual circles. That way you can share individual information within the circles, or you can make it public. So let's get into what I feel Google Plus is going to change and affect SEO going forward. So here is a picture of me. Okay, I drew curly hair on there because I have curly hair. And these are some examples of my circles. So you can see my circles. And for an example, I have 3 circles here. One circle is for SEO, and I have my friend Dave Evans in there. I have a marketing guru circle, and I have my mentor Craig Garber. And then I have a circle for people I don't know. It's going to happen. People are going to connect with you that you're not really sure of or you don't know. So you can just slide them into a circle like that until you can kind of feel them out and see if they're providing information that you really want. So let's say in my circle of people I don't know, I have a person named Joe Blow. And Joe Blow, of course, has his circles. Okay? And here's Joe Blow's circles. So here's where it gets interesting as far as SEO goes. So here is my website, and on my website I have a Google Plus button on my website. And the keyword that I'm going after here on my webpage is SEO consultant. Okay? Now, because Joe and I are connected, and he can go to my Google profile and see that I have my website on there, he goes to my website, likes the information, and clicks the Google Plus button on my webpage. Okay? So now in Joe Blow's Google Plus profile, he's now going to have under his pluses, plus ones, he's going to have my website. Okay? So this is where it gets really interesting. So let's say that Jane Doe is someone in Joe Blow's circles. Okay? And Jane Doe owns a small business and they're looking for an SEO consultant. Jane Doe is logged into her Google profile and types in the word SEO consultant. Well, lo and behold, in the Google search results pages, in the SERPs, my listing comes up high in the search engines with a little plus and a picture of Joe Blow. And why is that? It's because Google is now showing personalized results. They're showing who's connected. So what this means for Jane Doe is that Joe Blow plus one my site, there's a connection between Joe Blow and Jane Doe. So now Google is going to show my site at the top. If not the top, at least on the first page. So what this means is a keyword like SEO consultant could be very difficult to rank for in the search engines, but because I have connections in my Google Plus, it's now going to bump me up over everyone else and show my listings to other people. That's very powerful. So let's say you have a website on organic gardening. That could be a very competitive keyword. Yet in your Google Plus, you have a lot of connections and people are visiting your website, they're hitting the +1, and now you're making a lot of connections. If someone else in another circle looks for organic gardening, your site could jump up over everyone else's, and now, because of that connection, now your website's showing at the top of the search engines, and you're going to get some great traffic from that. It's also an important endorsement, because if someone in your circle clicks the plus button, that means that they like you and they think you have good So this is huge. Some other ways that Google Plus is going to start doing this is by interacting within Google Plus, the things that you search for, interests and things like that. It's going to personalize your search and show you that information based on your connections. So this is really powerful stuff. So I hope you enjoyed today's lesson on Google Plus and SEO. If you are a member of Google Plus, you can come and join me. My vanity URL is here. It's www.plus.google.com/Bill Parliament. Go there, add me, and I'll add you back to one of my circles. Also, go to my homepage and click the Google Plus One button if we're connected, and let me know that you do that, and give me your website, and I'll go back and I'll plus one your website. So it's really important to build out this community. This is what it really means for small business owners. Is now it's not only about building links, it's also about building out your community, because the more people that you have in your circles, the more people they'll have in your circles, the bigger community, the better chance you have of having your website show up in the search engines. And one other thing that I recognize too is if you're logged into your Google Plus account and you go to say YouTube, it actually shows people that you have in circles, your connections, who have videos on YouTube, and you can click right there and go right to their videos. Pretty amazing stuff. So this, in my opinion, is a game changer. Google Plus is really, really new. It's in its infant stages, but think about all the other applications that Google has that will start pouring into Google Plus that will make it more important for you to be logged in to your Google account, thus showing these personalized searches. Things like your Google Gmail, your Google Docs, your Google Calendars. There's a million things that Google offers for free that you're going to be involved in that you need to be logged into your account, and will start showing these personalized searches and connections. So this is really powerful. So if you have any questions or comments about today's lesson, please feel free to leave them in the comment box below. A couple of weeks ago, I extended some Google Plus invitations. So if you're still not a member of Google Plus, leave your name and information and email below, and I'll send you an invitation. And this is Bill Parliament saying, now go dominate Google.